The only Tri-Cities news team taking action for you. KEPR Action News.
Good evening, everyone. Well, fewer folks are riding the bus here in the Tri-Cities, but operation costs have more than doubled.
Now, it's a figure that just doesn't seem to add up, according to a report KEPR found from the Washington Policy Center. Nima Vidadi asked Ben Franklin Transit why you're paying more for every passenger, and it is tonight's big story.
Wilma Warren has an artificial leg, but she's been walking more since part of her regular bus route was cut.
Because I have to walk 8.5 blocks to the nursing home to see my mother, and the bus don't go by there.
Cutting routes was said to be a tough decision because of the budget.
What do you say to bus riders who are upset with cuts to service?
Well, we are very sorry. We hate to take service away because everybody here is we've spent our whole lives trying to build the transit system and give people rides. But frankly, we have to stay within our budget.
In fact, that budget has grown despite fewer people riding the bus. From the earliest data available in '96 to 2009, ridership dropped. BFT says it dropped even further last year, while expenses rose 60%.
How do you explain fewer riders but higher costs?
I think that we have higher costs because fuel is up, the cost of living is up, and that has increased the cost for everything.
In fact, total cost for BFT more than doubled from $12 million in '96 to $29 million today. The transit system only travels about 40% more miles than it did back in the '90s. The biggest expense is salaries and benefits, which climbed from $8 million to $18 million. A new report from the Washington Policy Center blames generous fringe benefits.
What do you say to that, to a critic saying, we feel like the costs have gone up because of generous fringe benefits?
Well, I think that we do have cost of living clauses in our union contracts. We are a union shop. We do have benefits, but I don't think they're any cushier than anybody else.
Those are all costs that you're helping pay for. Taxpayers kick in about $3 for every time someone rides the bus, but that's actually lower than many transit systems in the state. BFT does hope to add more routes in the future to stop people like Wilma from walking so far. Nima Vidadi, Action News.
Now, BFT also says more people are riding the bus because of higher gas prices, but as we have reported before, the transit system has locked in a price on fuel. And in case you're wondering about that flashy new headquarters on Columbia Park Trail, it is important to note that was built with federal stimulus money that could only be used for that project. It did not come out of the operating budget. Now, KEPR Action News is committed to balanced coverage to include every side of every story. So if you ever think we miss a side, please do contact us through phone, email, Facebook, or Twitter.